the game, 'cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.
Welcome, up and coming. Man, I don't know to call you contender or not, but that's definitely one of the questions we want to get to. But at this point, we have Shakur Stevenson, top rank, signed, Newark, New Jersey, born and bred, silver Olympian, back on the show, going to be making another fight. You're back already. They just announced Christopher Rosales for you. You're already back on schedule. Shakur, how you doing this morning? Happy New Year, and thank you for taking out the time to come on TBV.
Happy New Year to you too, and thank you for allowing me to come up here.
Hey, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, Shakur? Mike Ross here, man. I had an interview with you a couple months ago. My first question is, you are on the Brian Jennings card, right? And that card is in Verona, New York?
Yes, in Verona, New York at the Turnstone Hotel.
How has it been, like, being like a co-main event in your last couple fights? Like, you are moving along rather fast, and people are starting to get you, like, starting to know you more and more.
I mean, it feels good, but I'm ready for that level where sooner or later they're going to start having main events for me, and I can't wait till I have a main event in my own city. So I think I'm ready for I may be young, but I'm really ready for a certain level that a lot of young people my age is not ready for.
Shakur, what arena would you like to use? The Prudential Center in Newark, or what did you have in mind?
The Prudential Center.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great place, man. We've seen Thomas Adamek held some good events there with Zab and even Saddam Ali on the undercard.
He did. Hey, Shakur, Martin Mugia here.
I went there. I was there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful venue from what I've seen on TV. But listen, you are the type of prospect, and I consider you a prospect still, 9 fights. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That said, you are the kind of prospect I like, man. You fight, you stay busy, right? And I love that. I mean, just as soon as your fight's over, I feel like the next week, next 2 weeks, boom, you're scheduled again. That said, you are fighting Jesse Rosales. He's been in there with some tough dudes, and I feel like he's like a step up for sure. Maybe not like a huge leap up, but he's definitely is. If you continue these type of fights where you are going up and up, I don't know if you can fight that many times a year, but will you try to continue to fight this many times a year, or are you looking to step up more as 2019 gets on?
I mean, depending on my performance and if everything goes as planned in my head, I plan on fighting as much as I can. I guess once I get to that world title level, I wouldn't be fighting as much, but I'm not there yet, so I'm gonna keep fighting these step-up fights until I can get to that level.
We recently had Chris Colbert on the show yesterday, a little B-Hop, and we seen you guys post a sparring. Well, was it sparring or just like a working out picture?
No, we sparred.
How did that sparring go?
It was good work.
What kind of level?
I don't really say too much on sparring. I don't really speak on too much on sparring because sparring ain't really no fight either. So I go in sparring, I work on stuff. So, but I don't really speak on like sparring. Like, couldn't put that out there like that. So
on down the road, could Chris Colbert and Shakur Stevenson be a big fight?
I mean, if he keep winning, and I know I'm gonna keep winning. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know I'm gonna keep winning. But if he keep winning and he gets to that level, I definitely, if they offer a fight, I'll definitely take it. But I like Lil B out. Me and him cool peoples.
Do you see him getting to that level? Because you've been in there, so you know better than anyone. Is he going to be able to make it? Because people question his power.
I mean, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. But he got good boxing skill. Like he got he does a lot of good boxing things. But it's still like you never know, like in the pros, because you gotta have a lot of stuff. Like you gotta have your chin got to be good and all that stuff. So I don't know. I can't tell you, but I think that skill wise, he definitely can get it.
You know, Shakur, I wanted to ask you about like Javante and some of the other title holders, but you're 21, man. You got a big frame. Do you really think you're going to be by the time you get to the title picture, do you really think you're going to be a junior lightweight or even a lightweight? I mean, how far up do you think you're going to go by the time you get there? How heavy, I mean?
By the time I get to for a world title?
Yeah, like by the time you get to the world title, because what I envision is that you'll be at 130 by the time you get there, but I mean, I think you could be heavier in my eyes.
No, definitely not. I think by the time I get to a world title, I'm gonna be fighting 126. I want a world title at 126 first before anything.
Okay, that's fair enough. You'll stay there. That's all good. So you got no problem making that weight.
No, and the world title is not that far as you thinking. And what you got in your head, but the world title is a lot sooner than what you think.
Oh, well, okay. So you talked to Bob about that already.
Go ahead, Mario. Finish up.
I ain't gonna really put nothing out there. I'm gonna just say it's a lot sooner than what you think.
6 months, 9 months.
I don't know. It's just a lot sooner than what I think.
Well, what you could do is, I mean, look, we had Jamel Herring. I'm sure you know him. He's the top-ranked stablemate. He's in and around your division, not definitely in the 126, but right around. Definitely someone you've probably seen at the Crawford training camp. And he told us the differences of being with Al Heyman versus being with Top Rank and how he feels so comfortable to be able to know the plan, know who he's going to face, know if he wins that person, who he can possibly face, know if he wins that next fight, who he will unify with. So have they set out a plan for you without having to tell us any specifics? Do you know what is coming for 2019 for Shakur Stevenson?
Yeah, I definitely know what's coming for 2019 for me. And I spar with Jamel Herman. He be down in Colorado with me. But he fight 135. He don't fight he fight like 2 weight classes above me.
He's actually at 130, and he's gonna get a title shot at 130 versus Masayuki Ito. His next fight. This fight
he went down?
Yeah. This fight is for 130 title shot.
That's crazy. But okay.
That's what he was saying, that he had always wanted to go down, but they would always offer him 135-pound fights with PBC. And, you know, he would be asking for 30-pound fights. They wouldn't give it. So now he's with Top Rank. He's been getting, 30-pound fights, 130-pound fights.
Can he make 130?
I mean, I'll check his box rec. I'm pretty sure the last fight he just won, but where he scored 2 knockdowns, was 130.
I think it was like 131. And that's really why I was asking that question, Shakur, because I've seen a lot of guys you could fight in the top ranked stable at the division above you, as opposed to the division you're at.
He fought at 132. They both came in. They both came in at 132, Shakur. So, and like I said, we just had him on the show this week, Tuesday at 9 a.m. And, he said his next fight is Masayuki Ito, which is I believe the WBO 130-pound champion. He was just on ESPN. He's trained by Rudy Hernandez.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I don't mind fighting none of them guys. I'm just going to conquer my division first, though.
How involved is Andre Ward in your matchmaking?
Am I matchmaking?
Yes, sir.
I mean, it's really my coaches and me, but I guess we always ask for Dre input, because when you got Dre, you gotta definitely got to use him for certain boxing stuff. So I asked Dre like, what's his input on certain opponents, and he'll tell me if he think they good or. And usually Dre tell me like the good stuff they do. Be honest with you, but he I wouldn't say he's like too involved in the decision. I leave that up to my coaches, but he definitely tell me what he sees and stuff. So.
Shakur, who's your go-to, whether that be a celebrity mentor, one of your trainers, a family member? Like, if Shakur gets frustrated, if Shakur gets excited, if Shakur is happy and he wants to, you know, tell someone his new achievement, who do you go to? Who do you call?
Probably like Dre or Terrence. Be honest with you, Dre or Terrence definitely. I always call Terrence probably and ask him like certain stuff, and he always give me good feedback, and same for Dre.
Damn, what is that like to be your age and to be able to call 2 pound-for-pound stars for moral advice, boxing advice, just overall conversation?
I mean, it's good because I know they two real people. I mean, and they don't just look at me just like for like who I'm about to become or anything. They look at me like little bro, like they real people. So it feels good knowing that I could do stuff like that with them type people, and it could be like genuine and not no fake love and nothing. You feel me?
So Shakur, you got the co-feature next on TV, but you've had lights on you, right? You've had lights on you from the beginning. But as you get closer to prime time, how will would that affect your style at all? I mean, you're aggressive. I seen you aggressive. You got five stoppages in 9 fights, so that's good enough. I mean, that's good at this point. But how will the cameras affect your performance? I guess I should say.
I mean, I think the camera's gonna make my performance a lot better. I feel like on the big stage, I feel like I shine a lot more than when the camera's not on me. Like, I feel like I fight better when I'm in the spotlight.
Shakur, my next question is strictly a question. I don't want you to make it about Devin Haney or anything, but we all heard his video go viral about him saying he's not a prospect, he's a contender. I just want your definition of that. What's a prospect and when does he become a contender? Just so me and my co-host don't offend anyone. Like my co-host called you a prospect in the beginning of the show. We don't know if that offends you. So we want to learn exactly when a prospect's a prospect and how does he graduate to contender status.
I didn't even know that he said that. I ain't seen nothing on that, but I don't know, honestly. I just got in the game. I will say this. I feel like if you look at the guys that I fought in my first few fights, I'm definitely competing with a lot of people that got 20 to 30. No, I ain't gonna say 30, but 20 fights, and they so-called like calling themselves contenders now and all that. My resume definitely competing with them already, and I'm only 9 fights in, so I will say that. But
how many fights do you?
What you guys say?
I was going to say, how many fights do you have left with Top Rank? And if you're close to the end of your contract, have you been hearing from other promoters and other networks?
Nah, I'm not. We're not nowhere near close to trying to leave yet. So.
Yo, Shakur, let me ask you. We've seen a lot of stuff this past year about Olympic boxing. And it just seems like the Olympic Committee has such disrespect for boxing. Obviously, I think that you probably feel that way. But what would you have to say about all the stuff that's been in the media about Olympic boxing and USA boxing, and any of the advice you'd give for a lot of the younger cats out there?
I would really tell most of the younger people just grind it out. I feel like I wouldn't be who I was without that experience, and I learned a lot from what I know now from the experience of going to the Olympics and staying in the amateurs. It was a point of time where I was going to turn pro early because I had got robbed at the Olympic qualifier.
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to turn pro. I wanted to turn pro early, but I'm glad that I didn't do that. Like, I'm glad that I stuck it out and went to the trials and qualified for Rio, beat the guy that they say beat me. So I would just tell most of them young people, just grind it out no matter how long it takes, and at least try for the Olympic trials and try to become an Olympian and try to go that route.
You think they'll ever pull boxing from the Olympics?
Young. I heard something about that, but that'd be lame. That'd be so lame. That'd be whack. That's killing a lot of young kids' dreams. Like I'd have been hurt if they'd have done that to me. Like, so.
Shakur, man, obviously we want to thank you. We want to switch just a little bit, if you got a little extra time, talk a couple of current events. We've been having a shitload of bunch of fighters just asking different questions about these fights that happened. So we wanted to get, what was your immediate reaction when you watched Wilder Fury the first time? Because this morning we were talking heavyweight boxing. The fact that Wilder is saying, look, I don't want to fight Brazil next. The only way I'm fighting Brazil is if Tyson Fury's a coward, doesn't give me the rematch. What's your thoughts on that fight? And do you feel Fury would give Wilder the rematch?
I mean, my immediate reaction, if I'm being honest with you, I thought Fury won that fight. I felt like he won maybe every round besides the rounds that he got knocked down in. And if he didn't win every round, I'd give Wilder one more round. But I thought Fury won that fight, and I like Deontay Wilder. I feel like he a great champion. I feel like he take boxing serious, and I like Deontay Wilder, but I definitely thought Fury won. And I would say Wilder will win in the rematch because I feel like he's gonna go back and watch the tape and try to use his jab a little bit more. I feel like that's what he was missing that whole fight. He was just too power hungry. But I feel like they definitely should fight again. I feel like he should definitely not fight no Brazil. That'll be whack. So I agree with Wilder.
My question is, I want to kind of change gears real quick. Seen you online a couple of days ago, last night too, playing 2K19. I just want to know how good you are, and if anybody wants that smoke, can we get your gamer tag?
Man, I'm ready for any smoke with anybody in the boxing world. Ask Errol, Spence, Terrence Crawford, anybody that played me. I beat all of them. Nobody really beat me in the boxing world, so I'm definitely the best in 2K. And most people don't even play me. Like, people don't even play me no more. They be claiming that I be cheating. That's what Errol kept saying. I'm cheating.
I mean, you did play with the 95 Bulls last night. I mean, come on.
No. Let me explain that. My little brother says LeBron is the GOAT. He says he's the greatest of all time. I told my little brother, I said, you can put LeBron on the Golden State Warriors of today's time because they say that's one of the greatest teams ever. And I'll get the regular 95 Bulls. You got LeBron and Steph, KD, Draymond, and DeMarcus Cousins up there. And I just got Jordan, Scottie Pippen in them, and I won. So it wasn't like it was an unfair game. It was a fair game.
So, Shakur, another current event fight. Obviously, PBC on Fox showed us the return of boxing to network television, well, daytime or mainstream television, and we seen Tony Harrison upset Jermell Charlo. What's your immediate reaction? Was it an upset? Was it a robbery?
See, I like Charlo too, and I'm gonna be honest. I thought Tony Harrison won. I thought he won. I sat there and I watched the fight. I thought that Tony Harrison won that fight with a jab, with a solid jab that scored enough for him to win that fight.
Yo,
hey Mario,
go ahead.
Really quick, I just wanted Mike. Can you bring up the Eric Snow reference that Tony Harrison made, and you know, see, because you know that's out of my league.
Real quick, Tony Harrison compared Jamel Charlo to Eric Snow because he just feels like he's extra basic, nothing special about him, and straight up and down, and he didn't see anything special about him, so he called him Eric Snow. What are your thoughts on that, and do you somewhat agree or disagree?
I don't know. I can't tell you if I agree or disagree, but I feel like they are basic, but I think they do the basics really good. Like they do basic stuff really good, and they power definitely help them a lot while they doing that basic stuff. So I agree with what he's saying, but they just not no regular basic fighters. Like, but I guess Tony Harrison saw something that everybody else didn't see, and he capitalized.
Hey, Shakur, let me get your. Oh, go ahead, Ness.
Nah, I just wanted to follow up before you guys take them off that subject. We also had Harrison and Hurd on the show this week. Harrison wants the rematch with Hurd. As a boxer, what do you feel should be done? Should Charlo get his immediate rematch, and then if he happens to beat Harrison, Harrison get another rematch? How does Harrison avenge his loss to Hurd without falling into the politics of boxing?
I feel like Harrison should give Charlo a rematch because at that time that he fought Charlo was the real like nobody really expected him to beat Charlo, and it was like a real upset. So I think he should give him a rematch, and if he does that again, I feel like he definitely deserves a rematch with Jarrett Hurd. And even with the Jarrett Hurd fight, he was beating Jarrett Hurd too.
He definitely was.
Before the stoppage happened, he definitely was beating Jarrett Hurd clearly too.
Yeah, that's the way I saw it too. Hey, real quick, Shakur, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the Mikey Spence fight. A lot of people feel like Mikey made a mistake going up this far. We had Mikey on earlier this week, and he did seem very confident. We've seen pictures of him getting bigger, maybe stronger too. With muscles comes strength, so you never know. But what do you think? You think that was a mistake? You think that it was smart of him to go up there? What's the deal?
I feel like, don't get me wrong. I love Errol Spence. Errol Spence, my big brother, and I'm definitely gonna say that before I say this. I feel like people sleeping on Mikey. I feel like Mikey, skill wise, he's a really good fighter. Like I watched a lot of Mikey tapes. He's actually a really good fighter. He's disciplined, and he doesn't do bad with southpaws also. So I feel like he's gonna shock a lot of people. I just feel like Errol gonna be a little bit too big for him. When Errol started bringing that heat, I don't think that he's gonna be able to take it, but he's gonna shock a lot of people early in that fight.
All right, so let's get to some nitty gritty here, because we know first you already mentioned on the call that
whoa. Before we get that,
yeah,
we got Adrian Broner and Manny Pacquiao. We know you are good friends with Adrian Broner. That's your guy. Is there any way Adrian Broner can beat Pacquiao? He said he's doing it for the whole hood. On God and them. Can he get it done?
On God and them.
Can he get it done?
I mean, AB got the talent. It's just is AB gonna be 100% focused for this fight? I don't know, and from what I've seen with AB, it'd be hard for me to put my money on if he gonna be focused. Put my money on him if he gonna be, because I don't know whether he gonna be focused or going to clubs and doing certain stuff. But I want AB to win, and I think he got a very good chance to win in that fight.
So who you want to win and who got a very good chance to win in the good old Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. fight?
I'm a fan. It ain't no who I want to win. I'm gonna just sit back and watch. But I feel like that's gonna be the best fight in boxing once it happens, and I can't wait to see it.
Now, can you just help us?
I learned a lot from both guys.
Cool. Can you just help us? Because obviously we're not as privy as you to be playing 2K with Errol and going to training camp with Terrence. So, but as far as you know, both men want to fight, right? Because as boxing fans, you know, they might call into our show and be like, oh, you know, Terrence is ducking Errol. He don't want that smoke. Nah, it's Errol ducking Terrence. He don't want that smoke. Like, what's really going on? You talking to both of them.
They definitely both want to fight. There's a lot of politics in boxing, but they definitely two people that's not them not ducking people. Like Terrence ain't soft at all. Like Terrence really got some shit with him. He a different type of character. And same for Errol. Like so, they definitely both want to fight, and it's probably some with Al Hammond and Bob Aaron, but they definitely both want to fight.
Keith one time Thurman came out and said he's not impressed with Terrence Crawford at 147 at all. He thinks the Jeff Horn win wasn't that impressive. He thinks Amir Khan can beat Jeff Horn. What are your thoughts on his thoughts about Terrence Crawford?
How is he even talking? I'm sorry, I can't, man. I don't know. I don't see how I'm gonna respect him because he my elder and he's done a lot in boxing already. But I don't understand how he talking about like Terrence Crawford when it's like, bro, Errol Spence been trying to fight you since he was like young. Like Errol Spence been trying to fight you since he was like 12, 13 to know, and then he had plenty of opportunity to fight him, and it's like you injured and all this stuff. Now you back. How many tune-up fights you gonna need before you actually get in the ring with Errol Smith? So I don't see how people could like him, somebody like him talk.
So wait. So you trying to say my boy?
You better not duck me, son. You better not duck me, son.
You trying to say he making excuses?
Man, I ain't gonna say anything. I ain't gonna do it like that. I'm just saying that Errol been begging for him, like fiending for him. Yeah. Now we definitely heard Terrence say, "I'll fight Errol Spence. Like I'm willing to fight him." Terrence ain't ducking away from him. Terrence want to fight that man too. So I don't see how he could sit there and say, "Oh, I'm not impressed and I'm not this." I'm not too impressed with him either. If I'm being honest.
I don't know if you're being honest, Shakur. He beat 2 top 3 welterweights in the same year or same 12 month, like a 12-month time span. No other welterweight has done that.
I mean, he beat Sean Porter, but did he really beat Sean Porter? What? I had Sean Porter with him. If I'm being honest.
Shakur Stevenson, bro, I'm glad you on the call because I had that fight extremely close. Extremely close.
Yes. And I definitely had Sean Porter winning by at least 1 round. Like, I don't know. I kind of thought Sean Porter pulled that fight out.
And what about the Sean Danny fight and the Sean Keith fight? Because Danny claims both of those fights were tight and that he could have won. And even based off scorecards, he says that.
No, definitely not. I feel like Sean clearly beat Danny, if I'm being honest with you. And I bet on Danny. Like, I bet Danny was going to win, and I thought Danny was going to win. And I was right there watching it with Terrence, and we watching it, and I'm telling Terrence, like, Danny's about to win this easy, and Terrence telling me, like, nah, you tripping. But
so since we talking about Danny, we got a good little argument, me and my co-host, because if you haven't noticed, my co-host is so pro Bud, he might as well be over there in Nebraska. And so I be teasing him. So we heard obviously that Bob Arum sent over a $3 million offer. At first, it was said to be pay-per-view, but we had Terrence Crawford's trainer, Brian McIntyre, on the show this week, and he let us know that it was a flat fee, $3 million to fight on ESPN television, not pay-per-view. I always felt like $3 million for a Danny Garcia fight is too little. Like, Danny's a big name; he's gotten paid a lot of money. I felt like that offer was low, and it. That's the reason Danny didn't take it. Why you think that fight didn't happen with Danny and Crawford?
I feel like I don't really know too. How much did Danny make his last fight? with Sean Porter?
I mean, well, public record, I think, was somewhere around the 1.2 to 1.5.
Yes, sir.
So if he made 1.5 with Danny, $3 million is too little for Terrence Crawford?
Well, I mean, if you're asking me, I mean, as a guy that's been doing this for a long time, I know that those PBC guys don't just get one check. Like, I mean, it's common knowledge. You hang with a lot of them. You know that the check that's reported in Nevada or from the commission, that ain't the only check. Like, off record, which I'm not going to say names, dozens of fighters tell me, like, they get more than one check.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I heard that too. But look, I don't know too much about that. Them like big time champions, and I can't really speak too much on them because I ain't really there yet. But I do feel Terrence and Errol is like the top two of the division, and nobody in that division can beat them. But that's just my opinion.
Does Shakur Stevenson want to fight abroad, overseas, maybe in the UK, maybe in Japan? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm fiending. I'm fiending for that. I'm fiending to fight. I'm fiending for my world title shot to be against Josh Warrington in the UK.
Wow!
So I just watched him fight Paul Friends, and I'm fiending so bad.
But what was it that you seen in that fight that has you like ready? I mean, he showed a lot of activity. I know defensively you probably seen the flaws, but like you don't think he lets his hands go.
Yeah, for sure. I respect him. I think he's a great champion. I ain't just saying that because I see flaws. I'm saying that because I also see like he's tough. Like he's not gonna be an easy fight at all for anybody in that division, no matter, because he really like a sleeper. Most people sleep on him and they look at him like they can beat him, but
hell yeah, I lost money.
I
lost money. We all put money on Frampton last week on this dude, man, and fucking Warrington upset us all.
Exactly, he a sleeper. You look at him and you'll be like, oh yeah, I dog this dude, but he got a lot of stuff. He real busy. While you throwing 2 or 1 punches, he throwing 6. So absolutely. I think he's a great fighter. I'm fiending for that opportunity because I know what I'm built with, and I know that if y'all put him in front of me in England for a world title, I would take it and I would love every bit of that experience, and I'm gonna be able to showcase who I really am. So
I don't know if you know, but
that's what I see.
I don't know if you know, but Warrington is not going to be allowed to put in a petition to get an extension to fight someone else. He's now being mandated to fight Kid Galahad next. Kid Galahad just beat Toka. Okay. So what's your thoughts?
I think Warrington beat him though. I watched him fight Toka Khan. I just borrowed Toka Khan too, like a couple of days ago. But I seen him fight Toka Khan. I think Josh Warrington beat him.
Did you by happen chance see the Floyd Mayweather versus Nasukawa fight? And if you did, give me your quick thoughts on it.
I mean, if I got paid $9 million to fight somebody like that, I'll be lit. So I can't hate on that, man. I think that was easy money for him as always, and it was easy money. I ain't really got too much to say on that because I know that a lot of people was hating on Floyd for that fight, but I'm not them type of people. I'm not gonna hate on that, man.
Well, Shakur, man, we want to thank you obviously for your time. You know, Silver Olympian, super red hot prospect, and for me, it's always a personal enjoyment to have you on the show. We come from the same city. I am a product of my environment and rehabilitated, and I am happy to see a young man like yourself coming out of my city without any issues, you know, and definitely making it to the heights that you've made it to, signing with Top Rank. I mean, your dream is a lot of people's dream, and I'm glad that you're living it. and we're going to live it vicariously through you, through our city. So Newark, New Jersey, stand up. Shakur Stevenson in the building. Thank you again for your time. Have a great morning. If you got any social media you want to give out to these fans, crazy enough not to be following you, go ahead and do so.
Follow me at Shakur Stevenson on Instagram and Twitter. And keep tuning in. I'm gonna become one of the greatest boxers ever one day, and I say that with a lot of confidence.
Man, drop that gamer tag, homie. Don't duck no face.
And follow me.
What is up, TBV
Hey,
family?
me.
Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus
you again. Have
get
a great
hours
morning.
and hours of extra
There
content,
you
head
have
over
it.
to patreon.com/TheBoxingVoice
Jersey, silver
to
Olympian,
become a
top-ranked,
member
red hot
of the TBV
contender
family and help
/
support the
prospect.
channel. Peace.